Hello, everyone. So, this is Dana here from My Body Healthy Holistic Nutrition. I am a certified holistic nutrition consultant, and I specialize in helping busy, exhausted women overcome chronic fatigue, post viral fatigue, and adrenal burnout naturally with my three-tiered approach using nutrition, lifestyle habits, and mindset work to reset their hormones and kickstart energy production. So it is a new year, and I just know that many of you will have set a few health resolutions for yourself. I personally do not do New Year's resolutions anymore because they never stick. I know that resolutions are like a mini challenge to ourselves, and when we do a challenge, we go in for a few weeks, but end up stopping when it's done or when we hit that goal or a point. And then things turn around on us. So I like to not call these New Year's resolutions. Let's start with 2022 outcomes, okay? So what is one outcome that you want for your health this year? What do you want to move towards and why? This is a great time of year for people to set an outcome for getting stronger, slimmer, or more energized, which is great. And with that outcome comes an influx of people joining the gym or fitness classes, right? Truthfully, I used to despise January, February because at my previous gym, we'd get like 4 times the population every morning, usually with a bunch of men who felt like the gym was their personal playground, who had absolutely no idea what they were doing and leaving equipment all over the place, taking up way too many machines that a single person needs. It was a nightmare. Luckily, most of these people were gone in less than 2 months. But maybe you can see how resolutions don't work. For whatever reason, I do know that these men were coming to the gym with a goal. Probably it was just, I need to go to the gym 4 times a week because they hadn't been. Or, hey, it's time to get healthy this year. Or I want to lose 10 pounds. And they all failed because they had no outcome focus beyond that. There's more to it, right? Like why? Why do you really want to go to the gym? And what does it mean to be healthy? They weren't clear on why they were going. This is what's really the most important thing. And if you want your resolutions or your outcomes to stick, you have to know why. So before I begin today, let me ask you this. If you have set a resolution or a goal for 2020, what is the outcome you really want to achieve and why? If that why is really heartfelt and important to you, you can absolutely achieve it. So let's talk about exercise. Specifically, exercise if you are trying to battle and overcome chronic fatigue, post-viral fatigue, or burnout. Because this is a really big goal for a lot of people. Hitting the gym, exercising, moving your body more, right? So when we're exercising with chronic fatigue, it's not the same as when you're healthy and full of vitality. So please don't fall into a trap of joining a hardcore fitness challenge or trying to crush CrossFit because your friend can. If you are ready and you feel up to taking on exercise, I want you to remember a few key pointers so that exercise helps you recover your energy faster, not make things worse. Number 1, listen to your body. This means doing movements, activities, workouts, exercises. It's a very broad description, if you notice. Make sure you're doing things, movements that feel good to your body. That being said, make sure it feels good at the moment, you enjoy it, and when it's over, you do feel a little bit more invigorated, and you definitely do not feel like you've been hit by a bus or more exhausted or like you just want to go back to bed. I used to think that running was the end-all be-all of exercise for basically everything because that's what it seemed like everybody was doing around me and people were getting good results. So I started running. And for a little while it was okay, but within a few weeks I noticed that I had this extremely huge urge to go do my run, my 5K run, have a shower, and go back to bed. And sometimes on Saturdays I would. And it was just like this most relishing, amazing experience. Like, oh, I get to go back to bed. And I used to joke about it, like, oh, I think I just want to run and then go back to bed, haha. And I realized that I was doing a type of exercise that was not aligned with what my body needed to feel more energized. You can feel like muscle fatigue after a good workout, but not total body fatigue where you just want to go back to bed. So I want to make sure that you're listening to your body and that you're doing movements that feel good during and after, and up to 90 minutes after. Number 2, harness your feminine energy cycles. What this means is take some time, and this can take a few months, but take some time to track your personal energy every day of the month for 2 to 3 months. And then I want you to compare that to your personal menstrual cycle or the moon phases and see if you can see any consistent patterns. So it's normal for your energy as women to fluctuate throughout the month. For healthy women who have a healthy menstrual cycle, that's completely natural. Your energy is naturally going to be at its highest around ovulation, so around day 14. You'll have about 3-4 good days. And then it'll be at its natural lowest point throughout menstruation. Maybe it'll start a day or two before. I notice mine drops the day before, and the day of is really bad, and then it starts to increase. And you only know your cycle is different than everybody else's, so that's why it's really good to track. Alternatively, if you aren't on a natural cycle or you're in menopause, or HRT or IUDs or anything, you can track against the moon phases. So around the full moon, this is when energy should be at its highest, and the new moon at its lowest. Now, if things are opposite for you in any way, if you have a natural cycle, use that over the moon phases. And if you're opposite or things are different than what I'm talking about, this is a good sign that your hormones need some rebalancing, love. So that's something that you should be considering with your next holistic nutrition protocol. And something I help my women with because energy is so related to our cycles. Once you know your feminine energy cycle, then I want you to align your exercises with that energy each day. So for example, if you are feeling pretty good around ovulation, you can probably do a Zumba class. But come menstruation, you're noticing that it's hard to get through that Zumba class. That's a really good sign that maybe this is a good day for just stretching, or maybe a light yoga class. So always, number 1 is listen to your body. And then number 2 is make sure that the exercise you're doing each day is aligned with that day's energy. So this might mean that, well, it should mean that you change up your exercise routine, types, intensities, styles throughout the month. And always make sure they feel good at the time, right after, and up to 90 minutes after, right? It is perfectly okay to consider rest a form of exercise if you need that on your lowest days. Number 3, when we're exercising, we want to exercise in accordance with our circadian rhythm. So naturally, when things are balanced, energy should be at its highest first thing in the morning and slowly start to wane throughout the day, dipping around 12 o'clock and throughout the afternoon until bedtime, when it will be at its lowest so you can sleep. We want to, when we exercise, we are boosting, spiking our number 1 energy hormone, cortisol. So we want our energy to boost at the same time, roughly, as the circadian rhythm is supposed to be, which means the ideal time to exercise is in the morning, because that's when cortisol is naturally at its highest. We don't want to exercise too vigorously or hard or long in the afternoon, and especially not in the evening, because doing so will disrupt the circadian rhythm, impacting sleep, hormonal balance, and of course, energy. So ideally, work out in the morning. before 12. And then number 4, I already mentioned it, but it is okay to rest. When you need to rest, go ahead and rest. Also, when I say exercise in this sense, in this talk, I don't mean a gym workout. I don't mean 60 minutes on the treadmill. I don't mean letting your personal trainer kick your butt every day or 4 times a week. I mean movement that feels good. If you want to do exercise, 60 minutes of strength training on your highest energy days, absolutely go for it. But alternatively, you can do easier exercises or movements like a long walk or yoga or stretching or dancing or even cleaning the house counts. So just make sure that you are doing something that involves moving your body every single day, unless you need those couple of rest days, and make sure that that movement aligns with how you're feeling. So inside my energy and hormonal rebalance system, I do work with each of my clients to help them develop an exercise or activity program that aligns with both their current, when they start working with me, energy levels and their energy goals. And we tweak things as energy improves throughout the months that we work together. I help them adjust things as they regain their energy. I help them focus on the best types of exercise or movements for their bodies and for overall hormone balance and energy production. And I make sure that they're really listening to their own health status instead of falling into the fitness industry traps of generic fitness programs that keep so many of us poor women exhausted. So if you are interested in learning more about how the energy and hormonal rebalance system can help you, this is my signature coaching program. It's more of a one-on-one coaching approach with me as your coach, and it extends over a minimum of 6 months. So we really dig into your health status. We go through the phases of chronic fatigue and burnout recovery together, and I help you touch on all areas of energy healing, so nutrition, lifestyle, and mindset, with exercise being one of the main components of lifestyle. If this sounds like something you might be interested in, you're curious to hear more, then use the link in the video description to find out a little bit more about the energy and hormonal rebalance system. On my website, too, you can find a link to book a free call with me. It's called an energy audit call. And on this call, we will go through what's going on with you and your energy today and talk about where the gaps are in your current approach. And I will give you my insight into why you're not where you want to be yet and what you should be focusing on. And we'll discuss whether or not you'd be a good fit to join the energy and hormonal rebalance system with me. That is it. I am always here to answer questions as well. So if you have any, feel free to shoot them my way anytime.